The law was on my side and I knew how to use the law. And the only way that my opponents got rid of my case, they haven't gotten rid of me because I'm still fighting, but the only way that they got rid of my cases was to conspire with these judges and say, let's get rid of her. So all of these dismissals were fraudulent, and basically that was the only way that they could have, basically just get rid of my cases. And as I said, the injustices.
When you say got rid of your cases,
Of
the
my
statute of limitation, was that at its limit, or because of what was going on with the judges and the attorneys, they were able to just hold on and not do anything with your case?
Statute of limitation, we were timely. I mean, I studied the law and knew what the limitation in the initial process to bring these cases. But when I talk about getting rid of the cases, I mean going to the judge and say, I want you to do this fraudulent act and dismiss her case fraudulently. So just get rid of her. So if it means then that you would just go ahead and just make up, some kind of lie just to get rid of her case, just do that. And then the judge listens to State Farm. What I can't understand is a judge, the duty of a judge, well, I know the name of a judge is Minister of Justice, and his duty is to uphold the rules of law. And if a perpetrator would come to me in the court as a judge and say, Your Honor, I have this case that I want you to get rid of fraudulently, there's no way that I would have put the law aside and listens to that perpetrator. I don't know, if there's any other reasons such as being paid or what, would cause a judge or any judge to behave in that conduct. But it's not only once. The conspiracy was with 10 different justices and judges. The State Farm had basically committed fraud in order to get rid of my case.
Okay, now in one incident you also stated that during a court hearing you were not allowed to represent yourself. And that means to get up and speak on your case, but the judge did allow the attorneys to talk and demean you, and the judge just took your paperwork and just pushed it to the side and said you have no right to speak. So they violated your First Amendment. And
yes. And it's
tell
First and 14, which is the right to due process of law, which was the second court hearing. I really believe that the first hearing when I spoke about, that the judge told me that I didn't have that he wasn't going to allow me an adjournment. I believe it was a pretext in bringing me in and let me see how tough it would be for me to stand up and represent my case before 4 lawyers, and that I would get discouraged and would never come back the second time. So when he saw me the second time, he was furious. He says like, she's back again. And so basically, the lawyer's false allegation was basically taken as ultimate fact for the judge. The State Farm lawyer just go up and just every word that came out of his mouth was lies. And can you imagine how frustrated it would be for me that I did not have the rights to say, Your Honor, he's not telling the truth. And then basically, the judge just took all of my motions and just denied. So I said, Your Honor, did you just deny my motion without at least allowing me my rights to defend my motion? He said, I just did, right? I said, yes, sir, but what you've done is against the rules of law. And how dare for me to go in the court and basically to tell him that what he's doing is against the rules of law.
And this judge again was?
Yeah, Judge Gordon. And he said, he screamed at me in the most despicable fashion that if I could just disappear under the earth, I would have gone. And this was public humiliation, intimidation, and fear that this man has basically inflicted upon me. And I'm a female pro se litigant before the court. And this was done before his employees that were just staring at me. And I had an independent witness that was there and even wrote a letter to the judge discussing how it makes him feel the way the judge treated me, because all of the officers of the court throughout that day were treated with respect, and my case was left for the last case in the calendar because he didn't want it to commit all of those violations and did it before maybe some of the lawyers that might have, said this is not right, but let me speak out of, which it's
So your
like
case
the
was
last case.
held
Yeah,
against
and
him.
basically, he just told me that if I continue to exercise my First Amendment rights with his freedom of speech, that he was going to personally sanction me, so I did not have the rights. And what I'm saying is not just an allegation, it is in court transcript. This is public record.
And at this point right now, where are you in your case, as far as getting any justice?
I have not received any justice because, as I said, the state of Georgia have basically joined in a conspiracy with State Farm against my family, and have incorporated numerous strategic roadblocks to block us from appeal. And I believe that the sort of a young female who is not a lawyer and coming to their court representing her case before the entire Georgia judiciary, and basically was so superb at the representation, I just believe it draws a lot of condemnation and frustration because it's just maybe something that they're not used to. And what is so unprecedented is the fact that not only have I represented my case, but I've uncovered over a period of 4 years serious damaging evidence that linked the entire state of Georgia up to the United States Supreme Court of fraud and serious criminal wrongdoings that can put people in jail for a long time.
Now, what are
And
your
that
other
is
judges?
unacceptable.
Who are the other judges that were in the cases other than Judge
Doherty.
Darden?
Judge, well, the appellate clerk, I wanted to tell you, he was also deep in on the conspiracy, and he's Mr. William Martin III, and that is the appellate clerk. The justices of the second appellate division, I believe that there's 3 justices there, and the ones in the Supreme Court body. We also have the Cobb County Superior Court, that when Judge Darden continues not to listen to anybody and was inflicting all of these fraud upon my family, I went to the Superior Court, which had jurisdiction over the state court, and filed an injunction to block him from what he was doing. The Superior Court took my money. It's a year now, and until this moment they have not even assigned a judge. So I've been ripped off over in that court because they conspired with the lower court and then said, listen, we're just not going to do anything. So he was just left, he was given the green light over all of these courts to just basically no holds barred, just do what you wanted to do to her. And the justices, we can just go on in and look who the second appellate division justices are that was involved in that, and also on the appellate level, because I just don't have their names individual at the moment.
Okay, and also you have experienced a lot of hardship, anxiety, health issues regarding this case over the last 6 years. And I understand in 2003, your husband suffered a mild heart attack. And can you tell us what happened with that situation, dealing with the case matter that you're dealing with right now, representing yourself pro se, and the stress that has been on your family?
Yeah, the road to equality and justice, as I said, this is the worst calamity, stress that I have seen, have experienced in my entire life. And at some point, I thought I wasn't able to do it because this was just too much. And it takes a toll on my family, health-wise. not only him, but at some point I had to go back and forth in the hospital in more than one visit, and they gave me, they told me I have to rest because I'm not getting rest and I'm just stressed out because it's always be emotion, it always be something in the court. So for my entire family, even my